What is up, fellow YouTubers? Getting some wands ready for Etsy. I get them to a certain point where all they need is a little bit of sanding and some painting. Keep in mind these are made from real sticks. This is my own personal wand, and the finished product looks pretty freaking sweet. You know, it ensures a much more even consistency. One of my recent customers, the Little Devil, sent me a care package with a bunch of sweet stuff in it, and I was literally overwhelmed because I was like, dude, that's cool. You know, that's a happy customer, dude. Y'all don't have to do that, you know, but I still appreciate your business. Turn the other way around. Excuse me. No, my last live stream I had to age restrict it because it got a little risque. Now, my argument to that, YouTube, you see women on YouTube modeling in bikinis and panties and etc. So why should men have all the fun on YouTube? Women want to have fun too. And I mean, it wasn't like I was full on showing it, but like, given the nature of the underwear, that's just how it is. That's all I gotta say on that. We live in this society of body positivity, so I think to myself, if women have a body positive movement, so should men. Doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are, you'll be proud of what you got. But you'll see a body positive movement for women, but you won't see it for men. The reason being is there's only two things. People either expect men to be fat, gross, hairy, and disgusting, or to be super ripped. There is no in between. Either dad bod, really fat, or six pack. There is no really in between. There is no, you know. Now, see what happens when women support each other? It makes them feel better. Like, you talk about how you're feeling, you hang out with your homies, whatever, you know. And that's why men have homies they hang out with. It's the same concept. Like, women will sit there and have a gal pal moment. Guys will go out and have a beer at the bar, vice versa, whatever. You know, girls go out to the bar to have a beer with their friends, too. That's just what I'm saying, though. Like, if people focused on what made men and women similar, there would be less bullshit amongst the genders. But nobody wants to examine double standards because they're like, oh, it makes us feel uncomfortable to examine the cold, hard truth. And I could just feel my of-age fangirls getting all hot and bothered by that video. Yeehaw. Oh. Now, if YouTube strikes me for that, I'm going to be like, that is some hypocritical ass backwards bullshit. I'm starting to get 10,000 subs, man. Sometimes sucks sells. I hate to say it, but I'm going to try to be this bad boy rock star playing the guitar afterwards, but there's only 5 strings. I will make it work. I'm spurging out hard, I see. You know it. Now, some of the comments make me laugh, I'm not going to lie. I get the wands carved out to a certain point before they're sanded. Get a nice rough cut going. This is what I like to see. Nice and solid. I noticed if you carve a wand from a thicker stick, they're a lot more solid. It's a bit late to be running the sander, even if it is the weekend, so I can do that tomorrow, but a little pre-wand carving ASMR. People often wonder, how the hell are they still handmade? Well, that's a good question. This blank is ready for sanding, so let's move on to the next one. And it doesn't necessarily have to be any one in particular, just pick one up and carve it out. And like I said, they start off as real collected sticks. They don't look like much before you carve them. Once you get them pre-carved and they're ready for sanding, the finished product, as shown with my example, looks really cool. It's a lot cleaner finish. It's easier on my hands because I'm not getting sand blisters. However, after carving this by hand, I stick it in the vice clamp and then sand the blank out to make it look smooth. Makes a more uniform shape, and then I paint it and give it a nice handle, you know. And some of these ends, like right here, are uneven, you know, to a degree. Figure out which end I'm going to do the handle, which end is going to be the points. Oh, it's a political rant with carving wands. Okay, so there you get 2 for the price of 1. But men and women are made to feel insecure about their bodies in society, and I think that's bullshit. And that's kind of unfair, really. Well, it's fair to an extent because it happens to both genders, but it's unfair because it always has some sort of repercussion on, you know, on the other gender, even if it affects the other one. Come on, you. And sometimes I gotta use the hacksaw to get that clean, you know, cut. But if I can get by with the branch clippers, I may do. But you can literally see that these are carved by hand, sanded with a hand sander, which is held in the hands. I've done videos of me sanding my wands before, so that's why I'm not filming that part. But like I said, I did have to age restrict my last live stream. I'll do one later that's a bit more PG. You know, not, you know, people are probably asked to see it again, and I'm like, geez, you people are horrible. I'm like, nope, one time. I'm like, if YouTube has a stink about my last live stream, I'm like, that is so fucking hypocritical. I see women on YouTube modeling underwear and bikinis all the fucking time in one-piece swimsuits, chicks on Instagram showing their bods off and shit, and I'm like, bro. because this is the Me Too culture we live in, unfortunately. If women have a body positivity movement, then we have to have one for men. And when I say that, I don't mean to be a sarcastic bastard, but to a degree, that's fair. There are some parts of the Me Too movement that you're just kind of like, okay, that's too much, bro. Like, suck it up a little bit. But as far as, you know, it's now perfectly legal for women to walk around topless in Wyoming. I shit you not. Probably because they heard Kanye West and Kim Kardashian are moving to Wyoming with a ranch. Okay, that's too far. I mean, I'm sure there's a rancher out there who would love to start their own ranch, and if they could have afforded it, they would have gladly taken the opportunity to buy it. But it is what it is. I mean, you want to break from Hollywood and see the beautiful nature that Wyoming has to offer. Well, hey, welcome to Wyoming, man. You know. But then you see Kim Kardashian, whining about her vacation home in Wyoming with Kanye West, her vacation home in Cody, Wyoming. She's whining about it because she can't get cell phone service. And I'm like, okay, has our society become too attached to technology? I got an edgy sense of humor, but I proved a point. And then my point being is, okay, they let women go topless before they gave them equal pay. In Wyoming, the pay gap is a real thing. Everywhere else, it's more of a myth because gender wage gap is less of a thing in other parts of the country. But the wage gap in Wyoming, it's a real thing, you know. One of my former classmates was talking with me on Facebook, and she said, "Oh, at my job, I get a pretty fair wage." I'm like, "That's what's up." I don't know. I've heard other women complain around town, and you know, and it's like, well, that is a fair point. I mean, that is kind of bullshit. A little wong carving, political rant ASMR. It's Friday. It's the weekend. Don't particularly have any booze at the moment, but I'm alright with that. I don't have to drink to have a good time, you know. I mean, people accuse me of being an alcoholic, and I'm like, I disagree. No, I get so tired of it. Our society shoving sex in your face every 5 fucking minutes. I'm like, okay, can you hang out with your friends without someone bringing it up or getting dirty or perverted? You know, like, not to sound like the prude who hasn't been laid in 2 years, but I'm just saying, like, bro, fuck all that dry spell bullshit aside. I'm being real for a second. Like, we're told it's not the most important thing in the world, yet people shove it in your face. Yeah, says the guy who was modeling his cock holster underwear on YouTube. So even if I bitch about it, I really have no right to talk because I'm a stinking hypocrite on that issue. Yeah, I beat someone else because as soon as I start going off on this tangent, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, but didn't you wear?" Oh wait, he already said it in the video. God damn it! I mean, if I made that other video supporting body positivity and gender equality, I went to an extreme to do it. But yeah, there you go. I mean, okay, so my of age, you know, my fangirls that are old enough get me off a little sometimes. Is that so wrong? Really? No, it's not. Yeah, but that's just it. I wasn't. Sex appeal is a different thing, completely. You know, women can be sexy without sex being involved. That's the kicker of it. YouTube. That's what most people don't realize. I mean, for fuck's sake, there are people out there getting raped, and then there's this sick, disgusting culture behind sex on top of it, you know? Treating sex like it's a goddamn need. That's what contributes to this rape culture. It's 10:45. I mean, I got all day to carve these out tomorrow, so no rush. Can't rush a good thing. But I'll show you a little process of how I get the pre-game start on these wands before they go and get sanded. Now here's a rough cut of the wand. You can see where I left the bark for the handle. Gives the handle some texture. And then I'm going to take the snippers. Now I sit here, snippity snip. Now by snipping it and carving it over this, it minimizes my mess, makes it easier to vacuum up. Get like 2 at a time done, you know. My YouTube money's coming next week, so I'll go to get more supplies. I did spend enough money to get my last batch shipped. Spent a little. You know, it's my wand money. I'll do whatever the fuck I want with it. I'm the one sitting here carving them out. And all your shit talking is going to do is give me more exposure for my wands and show what a jealous little troll you are. You know how many people would love to be able to make money doing their hobby? I know a lot of people that would just love that. And then from like this rough cut, they get sanded down so this part becomes a little bit thinner, but not too much thinner, so it's still got some bend to it, you know. But, I mean, they don't start off as, they go from this to something like this. That's no joke. Like, my wands are made out of real wood, man. I'm just saying. Yes. Very good, very good. Really, I'll set that to the side for a second. I mean, when we look at art, and art in general, YouTube, it's up for interpretation, you know. There are people who are gluing shit to a urinal and calling it art. Why not, you know? It's your creative, twisted mind, fuck it. Paint whatever the fuck you want to paint. But yeah, I'm gonna do another live stream that's a bit more PG and put this out of the camera shot here. I mean, just carving those two wands out that I made a lot of mess. Just carving these two out before sanding made a lot of mess. So I'm gonna vacuum it up real quick. And that's why I'm not carving a whole shit ton in one sitting. You know, gotta keep the apartment clean. Normally I don't work on the weekends when I make my wands. That's why I'm not in an immediate hurry to get them done. You know, you take time to craft them. You know, they come out better sometimes. Some badass posters to hang up. What up? What the fucking hell? Fucking thumbtacks. Yeah, you know, I'll get these posters hanging up later on. I thought about tacking them or possibly getting them laminated so I could get them in a frame. And putting them in a frame and hanging them up would look a lot nicer, to be honest. So I think I'm going to do that instead, but I'll keep the thumbtacks just in case I need them. I mean, people say I don't care about my fans, but I'm like, right. Taking the time to laminate the fan art and hang it up in a frame. Come on now.